Popping off.
Usually softer is better.
So I'd say you're Rocky and I'm Bullwinkle. But this is the real deal. Ron, step into my office. Don't be scared.
You know,
I got a 4-count chicken mini.
Jungle Book. We got a busy week ahead.
It's a little overkill, huh? It's not a bad bike.
What is that thing?
There's a lot of really cool stuff on it.
Welcome back to the vlog. It's vlog 36. Behind me is the 2026 Kawasaki KX450. For 2026, not a whole lot changed except the blue in the graphics here. But if you remember, this bike has done really well in the Dirtbike Magazine 450 shootouts. It's actually won a couple, and even last year, unchanged, stayed really competitive. You have multi-position handlebar mounts, same with the foot pegs. You have No Tools access airbox, Showa suspension front and rear. Overall, it's a really great motorcycle, and it's done well with all of our test riders. It's a favorite for people to race, but right now we're just getting some photos and videos of it, and then we're going to put Jerry Boy Hicks and Mark Tilley out there. We're going to see if they know how to ride these things, and go from there. All right, 26 KX450. We got some factory ride goggles.
Yes, sir.
There's Jerry. He's Fly Guy once again.
We're gonna
Got that yellow blue.
shoot with Ron.
Straight popping.
Popping off. Fresh. This was I wore this gear at Loretta's, and it was my best moto I think that I had.
So you're gonna ride your best for Ron.
So hopefully we ride our best for Ron.
Hopefully we get inside the top 20 this time. Oh!
I was 17th one moto.
You like that number 17.
I know, that was my best moto though, unfortunately.
She's got. Next bike we're shooting, it's a KTM. It is not the current frame. It looks like a 2019 chassis, but the man, the myth, the legend, you guys have heard it once, you've heard it twice, maybe even 3 times. Mark Mad Dog Tilley knows all about it, and he's here to tell us what's going on with this bike, what is it, who owns it, and why is it here?
Well, we teamed up with Ty Renshaw, Southern California off-road guy forever. He was a factory engine builder, I believe, at KTM for a couple years for the pro level race team, off-road and motocross, I believe. But Ty is a local expert, 30, 40-year-old class. He likes, this is 2019. So we teamed up with him and Nitro Moose to build a bike. And this is his personal bike, rides SRAs and NGPCs and locally at Glen Helen. And this just kind of goes goes to show you that this bike, you don't have to have the latest, greatest stuff. I mean, this is a 2019, so it's got some miles on it. I actually searched out this motorcycle because he preferred this frame over the new frame. Especially the first gen of the new frame. It was really harsh, really not off-road to most off-road riders liking.
Yeah, I mean, some dudes like it really stiff, and
some like it soft.
And some just,
especially when you get older, softer is usually better.
Usually when you're older, you just stay soft.
Yeah, and it's usually softer is better in most situations, maybe not all situations, but this frame has a lot more squat to it in the back, is a lot more rider friendly. He's done certain stuff, like he's got an FMF pipe on it. He wanted the split triple clamps. He's got a spring conversion kit in there from Precision Concepts. The ODI grips, the brand new Nomad ODI grips that are supposed to be kind of suppress some of the vibration and some of the shock. ODI bars, the Seat Concepts gripper seat, an oversized IMS tank, FCP mounts.
Yeah, I mean, this whole bike to me tells me I'm looking for comfort.
Yeah, I mean, Nitro Moose, he doesn't have the plushies in there, but he's got the...
Even with the Mooses, like, obviously you don't want flats, but even that too, another little extra comfort. That's some, like, it just takes some harshness out.
Exactly. Well, and I mean, Nitro Moose is the one moose that I've tested that actually has a little bit of bounce to it more than what it's not the traditional dead feel of a moose. It still has a dead feel like a moose, but it's got a little bit of bounce to it, more like what a tube. I run heavy duty tubes in most of my bikes and most of my race bikes, just because I'm not a huge fan of the feeling of a moose. And you know, it's kind of, are you a knee brace guy? I'm not a knee brace guy either. So like, it's kind of that old school, maybe being a little bit older and being a little bit more strong-willed, I guess.
Well,
and
so you're not a moose guy, and I am a moose guy. So I'd say you're Rocky and I'm Bullwinkle.
And that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. But oh God, I can't. Yeah, with this bike, this is Ty's personal motorcycle. All the stuff that he has on this bike, he has on it for a specific reason. He's upgraded the hubs and the wheels from the crew at Faster USA with their hubs and Excel rims, and then done like some upgrades with Precision Concepts suspension wise, SKF seals, all that fun stuff. He knows what he likes. He actually is all about comfort and all about ease of making stuff happen. He kind of race inspired stuff with the switches on his handlebars.
One thing I noticed.
He's got the, you know, the starter on the left side and the kill button on the right side.
Gone.
And yeah, I don't know if these had them.
They did.
They did?
They did, but it was a different map switch than the new kind of big chunky ones that are getting popular on all the 450s. Things. It was a smaller setup.
And you would know more because you were that guy.
Yeah, they've had a version on these since 2016. In 2016, if you remember, on the 450, it was.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It was almost like a little switch, and then they went to a more like 1-2 button, but it was small. And ever since, and it's not just KTM, it's funny, a lot of the new 450s are going to this big, blocky, chunky thing. To me, I mean, for me personally, not a huge fan, seeing that big thing there all the time and bumping it, but kind of what we're seeing in 2026 on bikes.
Well, and like we said, necessities. It's he finds a map that he likes, and that's what he runs all the time.
I mean, to be honest, even on the 450, like, I've tuned it slightly on the KTM app, but I haven't really strayed away. Like, once I'm in,
I'm the same way. Like I
don't know if it's our age or what, but like, once I find something I'm into, even, you know, me going California, Florida, like going back and forth, like, I'm fine, man. Like,
exactly. And I've always kind of been that way when it comes to, like, I'll set a bike up when it comes to race bikes or anything like that. Like, I'll set a race bike up and then I won't touch it unless there's something wrong. I just ride them the way that they are. I do a lot of the same stuff. Like, I'll set up a bike even when it comes to mapping, suspension, everything wise, to where I like it, okay, that's where it is, and then I just keep going with that setup, because then I take the bike factor out of it. Then if I'm not going fast or I'm not riding well, then I look at it and go, well, I need to adjust as a rider to that. and kind of go from there. So kind of takes a little bit out of it, and it could be our age, it could be all kinds of different stuff.
Well, at our age, it's just like body parts. You don't touch it unless something's wrong with it. You know?
Exactly. If you start messing with stuff, you start messing stuff up. But even with some of the top level factory racers, you see them. Prado might be a perfect example of that right now. Like, he's coming from a different brand going to a Kawasaki, and they're trying all kinds of stuff to get him comfortable and to make him that way. And sometimes, not saying that this is what's happening with him, but sometimes there's so many little options. Yeah, and think of the options that we have as a public now. I mean, Yamaha bringing out the tuner that is still one of the best tuners on the market.
I'd say by far still.
I'd give them the props on that. They set the standard for that, and everybody's trying to catch up. There's a lot of manufacturers that are catching up, and they're doing a great job at that. Even in that app, there's a lot of adjustability. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. Think of what the factories have. You could be shifter testing all day long and then go, okay, now we got the shifter that you want. For a lot of people, it's overwhelming. I know for me, it'd be overwhelming. Again, this is a very simple build that we kind of teamed up to do, and it's kind of nice to see how somebody else would do something. And you know, this bringing back another KTM and a different generation of KTM. And sometimes, like you said, sometimes you go back to the beginning, and where you started was better than where you ended up. I
would say, I don't know if you've titled this bike for the magazine yet, but I don't know if I would call it the Jungle Book, and you're probably wondering why.
Jungle Book. This is gonna be good.
You're wondering why the Jungle Book, because Baloo, the bear, remember him? He was buddies with Mowgli, they hung out and stuff.
Okay.
He had a really famous song during the film, and it was called The Bare Necessities. And that's kind of what this bike is. It's got the bare necessities.
You know what? I was trying to come up with a name for it, and I was saying like practically perfect, but I think bare necessities. This is,
and then you put
officially the bare necessities build.
And you put Baloo on the thing, you know?
Well, I'll say,
or Mowgli.
I think what I'd end up doing is saying the title would be Bare Necessities, and then something like inspired by Baloo. Or maybe we could say inspired by the Jungle Book.
More people are gonna know the Jungle Book than the bear, I think.
You know what? It's official. I haven't written this story. I am going home tonight and writing this story because now I'm excited about what we get to call it. The Bare Necessities.
See, ladies and gentlemen, that's how it's done. Sometimes a name of a bike and a story, like the inspiration behind it, happens at the track with me and Mark Tilly just really talking crap.
That's it.
Good morning, welcome back to the vlog. This is actually part 2 of the vlog. You saw us testing last week, so yep, we're back at Glen Helen once again. Behind me is the 2026 Cove 450. Now you remember a few months ago, actually it was longer than that, maybe 6-8 months ago, we actually tested the Cove MX 250. We've also done some single videos on our YouTube channel about these bikes. But now we have the MX 450 here in our hands. And one cool thing right out of the gate, this bike, MSRP, is $79.99. So that's pretty dang cool, a bike sub 10,000 in 2026. As you know, all the Japanese bikes and the 3 Austrian, the one from England, and now the one from Italy, they are all at 10 or even higher. So to find something at this price point is at this point it's a diamond in the rough. So pretty cool to see this in person. I've actually been checking this out online. Cove's been teasing it a little bit on their website, but this is the real deal. And Dirtbike has the first go at it. See the KYB forks up front. Even have map switch on the left. Everyone's getting pretty familiar with stuff like this on the handlebars. Electric start. There's Ron having a cup of joe. Ron, step into my office. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of the viewers, Ron.
No, I'm pretty pumped. You know, this thing, Joe Henner drove all night with his son Deegan to come out here, do a little riding with us. Let's check out his bike. Yeah, he brought out 2. He brought out the 250 and the 450.
And the 250 is, we had the 2025, correct?
We did.
Or it was like a pre.
No, that was a I think maybe in a 24 model.
So
the new one, yeah, it was a while ago. So they changed manufacturers actually for the motor. So Cove has its own factory. They were kind of using subcontractors for various parts. What's cool about these is the importer decided to bring in what Cove thinks is their premium model. So this is like their factory edition. They're not going to bother with the standard edition. That's why it has the KYB fork. It has titanium muffler. There's a lot of really cool stuff on it that they just are going to call standard equipment.
Yeah, and I saw it. It's funny, you know, Instagram just knows what you're talking about, so you start seeing ads. But me living in Santa Clarita, I saw the Bakersfield dealership saying that they're gonna be selling Cove. So that's just north of me, about 40 minutes. But I thought that was pretty funny. I'm like, well, I'm going to shoot the Cove in about 20 minutes. So.
It's kind of cool because Joe is heading up to Bakersfield to talk to those guys. Tomorrow he's going to leave these bikes with us and we're going to do a little bit more stuff with them, but he's making the rounds down here in Southern California. The importer's based in Utah. He'll be talking to those guys, and then we'll be out here again testing later on in the week. We got a busy week ahead. It's keeping me from getting old. Maybe it's making me old.
Thanks, Ron Long. Well. Look who it is. The man, the myth, the legend, Jerry Hicks. I was just actually talking about you. I mentioned how when I would show up to race, it was one bike out of the pickup truck, and you would show up with 2 to 3 different displacement Cowies back in the day.
Yep.
And you would even switch your gear in between practice and race, and how frustrated I would get watching you do that in front of me.
It's a little overkill, huh?
Ron didn't know that story.
Yeah, we had it pretty good back in the Atmore days, like the early days. I got a 4-count chicken mini with a Coke, and we're here to shoot some motorcycles.
Which bike are you riding?
I have no idea.
There's 3.
I'll probably end up on the 250.
I could see that.
I would like to ride the Beta, but I don't know. So yeah, it's gonna be good.
All right, like I said, this is the 2026 MX 250 from Cove. We shot the previous, or might have been even 2 years ago, like Ron said. It was quite a while ago, but this is actually updated as well. So we're gonna go ahead and shoot this bike and test it today at Glen Helen. A great price point, $69.99 on the MX 250. Find another 250 in the class at that price point. Pretty cool. All right, so this is the 2026 Beta 350 two-stroke. You saw a video of us, me explaining the bike not that long ago, and now we actually have it in our hands. And Ron has actually raced it and ridden it twice now, so you'll see, you know, some water spots and some dirt already on it. So testing has already begun, but today is the video shoot day. As you can see, the first spark plug is there, second one is back here. Push button seat, easy remove, easy access air box. The crankshaft is different than the 250, bore and stroke. Cylinder head is different.
Yo,
what are we doing first?
we're gonna test the Cove 450.
Putting Jared on this, huh?
You know, Jared deserves this.
I do. I just
You deserve a brand new bike.
#1 test rider.
You are a #1 test rider. You're #1 in Ron's heart.
You got Tilly.
Always.
You got Tilly, and then I'm coming in like a hard second.
You got map switch up here, electric start. You're ready to rock and roll, dude.
This thing has a lap timer,
A lap timer.
so we can get like some meters.
Are you gonna put the burners down?
Yeah, I'll make sure I time some laps.
BYD helmet, lost and lonely, and no big smart brain in it, so you know Jared must be done. Speaking of brainiacs, there he is. Jared, you just rode the 2026 Cove MX 450. Not gonna lie, you look pretty damn good on it, and that is no BS, my man. You look pretty good.
Felt not bad. The bike was pretty good. It exceeded my expectations.
Power?
Pretty good. I mean, it's obviously not quite there with your mainstream 450s, your Japanese bikes, Austrian bikes, but it's pretty good. Like for an entry-level guy that, or even like novice level guy that, you know, doesn't want to spend a bunch of money, like it's not a bad bike.
The suspension?
Really be my only complaint was the shock was like really soft, kind of like springy, but if you could get that like fixed and revalved, it wouldn't be a bad bike at all, I don't think, for the price.
I'm like 99.9% sure you could be on the Cove and I could be on, we'll just say a different model. It's double the price, and I'm pretty sure you'd get me still.
I think I could give you a run for your money.
I think you would get me, straight up.
I don't know about...
I'm honest, you're faster than me, and even on that bike, I think you'd get me.
I don't know about you on 450, me on 250, that might be tough.
That'd be fun.
I think
I would enjoy that.
I think on the 450, I could give you like
I think you'd get me, at least the way you rode right now.
So yeah, overall, like not really no complaints, like pretty solid bike.
What is that thing? It doesn't even care that I'm like this close to it. What is that?
It comes complimentary with every Cove.
You get this thing?
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call it.
It's like a mosquito and a locust got together.
You just got done on the 2026 Beta 350 two-stroke.
Two-stroke.
What'd you think?
It's pretty good, different.
You said it felt like a longer motorcycle.
It feels.
I kept hearing you say that.
It feels longer. Well, I rode the Cove earlier, obviously, so like compared to the Cove, it felt a lot longer. But the front end to me just feels a lot longer than like I ride a Honda, so.
And you said something about it kind of feeling raked out, like the front being higher than the rear.
Yeah, not necessarily, just way out there, you know. Like I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It took a minute to learn how to corner it, but overall, I mean, power's pretty good, super linear.
And you come from 250 two-stroke era 125s.
Yeah.
That's probably not comparable to this, the power-wise.
It's a lot different. The YZ250, even like the KX450 two-strokes back in the day. Like this is way more, I think, vet-friendly or off-road friendly maybe is the right term, but very linear, but so overall pretty good. Suspension's good, really no complaints. It's a good day. It was hot.
You were looking hot. Tilly said you were looking hot. Side of the track, like, boy, Jared's hot. So I don't know what that meant.
I don't know.
All right, Tilly, this is the Beta, but you were the Cove guy. There's 250 and 450. In the video that our viewers are gonna see, and your fans, they're gonna see you on the MX 250.
Yes.
So let's start there. What'd you think? How'd you feel? You were letting her bark out there.
Yeah, not a lot of differences between the 2025, 2026 250 model. They're making upgrades along the way. I actually really like the 250. I'm not your target 250 weight, so for me the bike's a little bit slow. It's responsive in general, just seems a little bit on the slower side to maybe some other 250s. Maybe around the power as a Suzuki or something like that. I still don't think that has as much bottom as a Suzuki 250, but still, like I said, good. It's got electric start, traction, or it's got traction control, and then it's got a quick shift option. I don't like it. I'm not a quick shift type person. Even on the Japanese bikes, I'm not a fan, but it just kind of hesitates a little bit. It can be unplugged. We didn't do that today because we were wanting to test it the way that it comes, but all in all, there's stuff that it's got a really planted feel in the rear. On the 250, I think between 250 and 450, there's different linkage and stuff like that, but overall, I liked it. I think it's a great thing that they're doing. If you ride this one back to back with the first one that we rode that everybody's seen on the YouTube channel with Carson Brown just mobbing it, night and day difference. This bike's way better than that one, and so I'm pretty excited about it. 450 wise, we got to ride the pre-production model of this, and this one's better. It's pretty peppy. I mean, just throwing it out there, I ride Kawasaki a lot, race Kawasaki a lot. I think with the map that I have that Bob Bell at Precision Concepts did in my Cowie 450 and a Pro Circuit pipe, I think this thing's peppier than that, straight out of the box. It again has the quick shift option that I definitely do not like it on the 450. It kind of hesitates a little bit, and it's just not something that I feel comfortable with. The back end on this one, not as planted as the 250. They said it's different linkage and different ratios and stuff like that, but not as planted on the 250 as the 450. The 450 kind of, they both have a little bit of a stink bug feel. The 450 a little bit more, a little bit harsher in spots. I think it's a little bit stiffer all the way around, but like I said, it gives me a little bit more of a stink buggy feel. Both of them I would, just because I'm used to bike having a lot tighter head stay. It kind of moves around a lot. Both bikes do compression brake a lot. The 450, they're set up for 6,000 feet from what the Cove is. The 450 pops, so not sure if it's a lean pop or a rich pop, but it definitely pops. Really surprised with the progression of the bikes in the last couple years. We rode them before and we were kind of like, oh yeah, we're surprised with it. If you ride these ones compared to those ones, I mean, they got a KYB fork on it. The shock is similar to what would be kind of on a Honda internally, as was what they're saying. It's not a name brand shock that any of us would know, but this is considered what they bring into the United States is the factory edition. Everywhere else, they do make a base model everywhere, but this one looks a lot better. I like that they change it from the teal frame and the teal hubs and the teal rims, and they made all that stuff black. It just makes it look better. It's really cool that they're bringing out these things. There's technology that's going into them. I mean, with I think the 250s $69.99 and the 450s $79.99. You know what? For the average guy that's just getting into this, not a bad motorcycle. Like it's kind of nice to see. And if you want to see our full test, we have full tests on these bikes as well. Check out the YouTube channel that you're on right now. We will have a complete review in the magazine, upcoming issue. You can always go to the website and check it out, dirtbikemagazine.com. You can see now that the bikes are loaded up. I didn't get to ride the 350 for any significant time. Jared wouldn't get off the dang thing. And then Ron, I'm not really sure what's up with Ron, but he didn't bring his gear today. From what I hear, he had a couple days abroad, and he was a little bit tired from those couple days abroad, which it's understandable at his age. But a little bummed I didn't get to ride that bike. I know Jared was saying that it felt like a longer bike than the Cove, and it does. It has a different, because I did get to do a couple laps on it. It has a different ergonomic feel because the betas kind of all feel that way. It feels a lot lower. The bike's a lot lower than what the Coves are, and then there's a bigger gap between the tank and the kind of bar area. So it's definitely a different motorcycle. So I can't wait. Like I said, I haven't been able to ride it very much. He's the one that you're going to see in that video riding that. We let him ride all kinds of motorcycles today. So he's going to sleep good tonight, that's for sure.
Well, that's it for the vlog. You saw a ton of bikes in this, KX450, the Coves, the Beta. That's 2 full days of testing, riding, shooting photos, shooting video, getting all the content so you guys can watch on this channel right here on YouTube. If you got some time, there are some of those test videos already live, and you can click those video thumbnails, or you can go hunt them down. We got them all. Until next time, we'll see you down the trail.